Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And there's only a couple here. Scott, how you doing? Tommy and Douglas, how are you? I changed the time a bunch of times. I kind of figured maybe no one would see it, but I had even changed it last night because I had to take the truck in this morning. My wife has the day off because it's the princess birthday or something. Fell on the weekend, so she gets Monday off. So anyway, we brought it over to get the windows tinted this morning at 8. So I wanted to make sure I made it back here, but been busy running all over the place. I have a little clip. I didn't get a chance to do the video yet on Ubon. So, but I do have a good clip that shows they're kicking ass and taking names. Is that how the phrase goes? They were done. You'll see the little walls that are going across there that are tying all the beams, the stand upright beams together. When we were getting ready to leave, I didn't film any of it, but this was in the morning that you'll see in this clip. When we were getting ready to leave, they were putting the last one up this way. Then they still had to put the other ones across and then fill it with dirt. And then the slab goes on top of that. And then they start laying block. And so they got a little bit of plumbing to do, but not bad. So anyway, I'll show it to the 6 people that are here. We'll show it a couple of times. But thanks, God. Let's see. How do I do this? I think all I do is this. And this. See if it works. Maybe not. Might not, because I might have to refresh this thing. Okay, let me get rid of this. Remove. And let me replug this in. And let me pull that up. And this up. And let me go to, I think it was 73. 73, was it? Okay, I have to go here. Video file. It was 73. Let's see. If it is, I'm coughing. Yeah, there it is. Well, maybe I have COVID. Well, we made it. Truck was a dream, man. We'll have to do. I'll do a whole nother video on that. So we're here. The place is big. It looks a lot bigger. Oh, anyway, bigger the better, right? Block's already here. That's it. And these walls will tie all the posts together. And then they will take this dirt, that extra dirt that we had over here, brought on some extra dirt. And he thinks that maybe we might need a little bit more. But these walls will go from here with steel connecting and around, and then they will fill everything up to the top of the wall. Will be dirt compacted in here, and then the slab will go on top. So he doesn't think, I think too, it might be a little light on dirt, but shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, the pond and the free water, I like that. You can see the solar panels over there. They just have it running in here, so they have water all day, and overflows out of there and just flows into the pond. The pond's actually rose quite a bit. They haven't had much weather. Now they have the roof on. That'll make it nice once they get the slab and everything done, and they're doing the block. Once they get the perimeter done, they can pretty much work inside, even if it's raining. So anyway, that's a quick look. We'll take a little bit more video once I get on the other side, but it's looking good. I'm happy. See you in a second. So did you guys hear everything? Let me know. I don't know if you have. I should have checked before, right? The sound was okay. Hey Joe, hey Verna, how are you? Who else? And Nanette and Joe, right? And Joe. Hi everybody. Cool. Joe's putting up. But could you hear it? I hope you could hear it. I don't know. I'm not that savvy on putting stuff up, but now I just learned I can run whole video clips. I didn't know that. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Good to see you. We'll have to meet up here again soon for coffee or something. I'm glad you're doing good, Verna. If you guys aren't subscribed to any of these channels, Verna and who else is here? Nanette's here, right? And Nanette, please subscribe. I know there's not a bunch of people in here right now, but hopefully more will come. If I build it, they will come. So I'm building that house. But anyway, I don't know. They're doing good. They came up with a price, and I think with the price that they gave me to complete, okay, phase one was basically where they're at right now once they get done with the walls and everything done in the slab, I believe. Then phase two is everything else all the way through. Plumbing, tile. And we went to, on the way back from Ubon yesterday, we stopped and I took a bunch of how much are toilets, how much are tile, how much this, and ceiling, and shower fixtures, and the sink, and all as much as I could think of, and trying to do a breakdown on what it's going to be. Right now, about 600,000 baht for everything that you've seen with that slab being done. And they want 435,000 in labor to take it all the way to the end. That's the concrete around. That's my 10 by 10 covered parking. That's tile. That's plumbing. That's paint. That's everything finished. Walk in and start living, which I thought was fair, and I agreed to it. So I told him to go ahead. So I think that $1.5 million, that 45,000 US dollars is going to be damn close. It might go 1.6 or 7, depending on what I end up doing. And we're not getting the top end. We're not getting the bottom end. We're getting like right in the middle with stuff. Yeah, and it rained. Oh, that's another thing that no one really knows about right now anyway. You guys know that the knockdown building for the back is coming, right? Well, it's coming Thursday. It's coming on the 8th, they called, and it rained like hell last night. And we were trying to get this thing in because they're going to have to pull that crane onto the property next door, and it's a pond when it rains. So hopefully we're not going to get a bunch of rain between now and Thursday. I'm hoping. I don't know what it's going to be, but boy, it rained like hell last night. Yeah, Richard sent me a deal. I haven't even had a chance to. He sent it to me last night or night before last, and I just saw it this morning, and I was running around. I haven't even had a chance to watch it, but if you guys could, somebody will put up Richard. Scott already did. Subscribe to Richard's channel, please, and check it out. And I would tell you what it's about, but I haven't watched it myself, so I better get over there and watch it. I could put it on here, but Richard, he doesn't like me, and he'll come in and hit me and have my channel shut down for copyright stuff. Just kidding. Richard's one of the good ones. So I hope it's good news. Is it good news, Tommy? We'll let people watch it. Go watch it. Give him some views. He needs a little starter, igniter stuff going, especially if he's gonna. I'm hoping, excuse me, I'm hoping he's gonna get back into doing some live streams. But even if he does videos, he's really good at content and shit. Not like me. Kind of sad to watch. Bummer. I'm hoping he's okay. Maybe there's stuff when people that are watching it that know somebody. I'm imagining he's having trouble with work or something. But whatever the case may be, anybody that watches it, Richard's a good guy. And if there's anything that you're a big multi-billionaire and you own a bunch of companies and you just have to have somebody, if anybody can help in any way, please either send me or whatever. Go watch the video. I need to go watch the video. Shit. But anyway, I hope everything's okay. I'll watch it as soon as I get done here. I got everybody here. So they're trying to finish the fence. They've been putting the metal, on my front wall. It has the concrete slabs, and then across the top it's got that with the medallion. Well, they've been making the rest of the short ones for around the rest of the property, and they've got those pretty much up. And now we're going to go buy some more of that black, whatever it is, that patterned stuff that the medallion is attached to. And then I'll put that on, but he needs to get that done. Going to be a lot easier to paint and do all that before they set that building. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, brother? Hope you're well. But yeah, so I don't know. I just everything bombarded. We ended up spending 2 nights at the Centra, awesome place. We tried their dinner. I didn't even film it. It was like almost 1,000 baht a piece seafood dinner, and like a buffet or whatever they have at night now there. And I wasn't impressed. I mean, the best thing that they probably had, and it wasn't the best I've ever had, is that God, now my mind's gonna go. Oh God, right there on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, the beef tenderloin wrapped in the thing that Ramsey does or whatever. It was okay. It was okay. The meat was great. So that I have, because I don't know. They had some. They're different here. They had some of the little lobster ones that don't have no head. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the meat in there. Excuse me. Thai people eat it coldish and with their sauce, their seafood sauce. And I'm on the other end, slop it in hot in butter full of garlic, and then I could eat it. And the crab they had, so I guess it was okay. But I've seen some ones that like Rides for Kicks has been to, and some other people. I think the Hyatt and that kind of stuff. The Hilton, their buffets, and I think. When I watched in Bangkok on the very top floor, I think, God, who went there? A couple people went there. I think, 20 Seconds in Thailand? Rob went there with that gal, his friend, and that looked awesome. This didn't compare to that. A little bit of sushi. It was okay. I mean, I was with my wife, so I was happy. So, hey, there's Richard. How you doing, Richard? I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning, or were you lurking and watching? So if you guys aren't subscribed, go and let me put that back up. Go and subscribe to Richard's channel and watch what he's got going on. And I haven't watched yet. I've been running around going crazy. I'm going to show you guys now. How do I do this now? And maybe you'll be surprised on how much they Did I sound good there?
Well, we made it. Truck was a
Truck is
a dream,
awesome.
man. We'll have to do. I'll do a whole nother video on that. So we're here. Place is big. It looks a lot bigger. Oh, anyway, bigger the better, right? Block's already here. That's it. And these walls will tie all the posts together, and then they will take this dirt, that extra dirt that we had over here, brought on some extra dirt. He thinks that maybe we might need a little bit more. But these walls will go from here with steel connecting and around, and then they will fill everything up to the top of the wall. Will be dirt compacted in here, and then the slab will go on top. So he doesn't think, I think too, it might be a little light on dirt, but shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, the pond and the free water, I like that. You can see the solar panels over there. They just have it running in here, so they have water all day, and overflows out of there and just flows into the pond. The pond's actually rose quite a bit. They haven't had much weather. Now they have the
Anyway, that gives you the gist if you haven't seen it. But I think they're hauling ass, man. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Poe on the Go, great channel, good guy. Please do. And of course, great supporter. Thank you. And I think, what did I didn't say, Richard? I don't remember. You said you didn't hear me. Repeat, Dave, I did not hear. Hopefully it was something good, Richard. If I'm talking about you, it's usually always good. Richard's a good guy. But I was really impressed. So made a deal with the guy. So you're looking at over 200 square meters, 210 or something, plus a covered porch on the front that is 12 by 4 meters, a front deck or whatever you want to call it. The apartment across the back, which is a 1-bedroom apartment, a 4-bedroom house with 3 total bathrooms, kitchen, a living room area, and because I don't even know what that is. What is it? If I can do it, I want to do it for $1.5 million. So what is 1.5 million and a half? The going rate right now is about 45,000 bucks, 45,000 US dollars for a 210 square meter 4-bedroom house with a 1-bedroom separate apartment, and covered parking 10 by 10 meters by 10 meters. God, I got to be reasonable, right? I mean, and I'm doing it for my wife and for the family here, and I enjoy putzing around, but it's basically, it's on the family land, so it's basically for the kids and the family down the road, whatever they're not going to live forever. So, and I won't go there that much anyway. But it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. Richard, hopefully you can come to Thailand this year to change your batteries and get inspiration. I hope so. I got to go and watch your video. Like I said, I saw Richard send me a note saying he had put it out, and I just got it this morning and had to take the truck over to get the windows tinted. And like, I can't say enough good things about the truck I got just from here to Ubon and back. And it's the only thing, I got to shut off some stuff. It's got that automatic keep you in the lane. Hi, I'm a drunk driving deal. And boy, it just yanks you out. And boy, if somebody cuts you off or you got the cruise control on, that thing doesn't just hesitate. I mean, it goes hard on the brakes. I'm impressed. It does a lot of shit. It parks itself, which I'll never use. I will use the cruise control, but that keeping me in between the lines is a pain in the ass, because it's weird. As soon as you turn the blinker on, boy, you can just weave right over. You know, if you don't turn the blinker on, it wants to pull you back into your lane. So you got to remember to use your blinker at least. But I'm going to shut that off. There's a way to do it. I don't know exactly how. Good morning. Good morning to you. What is this one? Only prepare my food going to work. All right. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you're gonna still come here. I got to go look at the video because I'm talking out my rear. Unless you want to come on and talk, hold on. I'll put it up there in case Richard wants to copy. Come on. I don't know if he does or not, but we'll. No, first I have to put it in there. Still can't operate StreamYard very well. If you want to, you're more than welcome, Richard. Yeah, and the trailer's supposed to be here in about 2 weeks, the middle of this month, and then I'll start doing the Trailer Trash Thailand channels and start doing putting out some content. The wife's excited about going camping. I'm excited. The kids are excited, so we'll go out and go camping. But the truck's a beast, man. So I'm not, even with the stock tires on it, I'm not worried about getting stuck at all. Yeah, no worries, Richard. No worries. Yeah, so hopefully that'll come. I'm looking forward to the trailer coming. I've got to go to Eco House Thailand. Paul, who we talked to once about 5 streams ago, who lives here in Surin and has built basically an off the grid giant piece of property, his house, his pond, and everything. And I talked to him on the phone. Really a super guy. And Bobby wants to be involved in a lunch. And now I've got a guy that'll install all the solar here at this house. And then I want to talk to him about, how he can get me he gave a kind of a rough estimate of $150,000 for a 5 kW system with 10 panels, the controller, and a giant battery, just the material, just that. And then I think you have to supply the racking and the labor and everything like that. I've got a guy, my electrician, has done them before, so I'm going to use him. So I've got to talk to Paul. Maybe after I get done with this live stream, I'll try to get a hold of him. See if I missed anything. Hey, Cobus. Miss Cobus. Hope you're well. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Let me get my cold drink now. I have Poe's on here. Until John. How you doing?
How's it going,
I'm pretty good. I watched part of your live stream this morning. I've been running around. I had to get that truck over there. We went to buy that truck, and they were going to give me the window tinting. And of course, my wife has somebody at work's family owns a place, so I had to. But they're giving me some special. It's because it's really weird, as you know, probably here in Thailand, they tint the front windshield, and I have problems with my eyeballs at night, especially seeing, out that. So I guess they've got this stuff that this new ceramic stuff that is supposed to be light on the inside and dark on the outside. So if you're looking from the outside, it's dark. If you're looking from the inside, it's light. So I said, all right, give me that. And it's 80 on the side, so it'll be blacked out. But anyway, so a lot of things have changed since I talked to you. It's been a while. Yeah. Seems like your channel's doing good. You're doing a bunch of live streams, way more people than I get. But I enjoy it.
I had started with going on Aaron Smith Levin's growing up in Scientology channel, and he'd asked for a law enforcement professional to be on there and speak with him. And after that, my channel just blew up. Now we're at right around 3,000 subs tonight. We had at one point 300 people in the chat.
Wow.
So
I get like 30. This is my max. But I can't even control that. I don't know how people do it. Like you, if you're getting 300, and James and Chuck and all them guys, I don't know how. I can't have. When it gets to be 30, I get flustered.
I've got 2 moderators that take care of most of the chat for me.
Yeah.
And like, if there's something that they want to star, they want to set aside for a special, make sure I get the question or anything, they star it for me and it loads up right on the side control panel. So
Oh,
it
cool.
works out
Well,
really
that's a
good.
good idea. Yeah, maybe if I ever get that, I don't know if I'll ever. I just hit 2000, 2005. It took up
Wow.
like 6 months to go from 1900 to 2000. But I don't
Yeah.
do I don't do a lot of content. And I think just
Yeah.
the live streams, I think they aren't like even Richard. If you know Richard of Richard Travels,
Yeah.
he just popped 10,000. He'd been doing live streams forever. And
Yeah.
people, I guess what I'm saying is people that do content, I think get a lot more subscribers than people that
Well,
are mainly doing live streams.
that's how the algorithm works. Is the more that you're putting out there, the more that you're going to get for viewership of everything. Plus, I got the special things like, Mike Render, who's really famous from the Leah Remini Aftermath series. Worked with him, worked with a few other people that are well over 100,000 subs, and
Wow,
it's just blown my channel up completely. So,
cool. Well, that's
and,
good that because I got a couple of buddies that are one in particular that's really big in law enforcement. He's now retired, but I don't know if you heard me talk about him before. If you ever saw Judge Ito during the trial and there was a thin blonde-haired guy standing next to him, that was my buddy Steve. He was in charge of. He started out. I remember when we were little, when we were young, 18. We coached our brothers in Little League, minor league baseball, and him and his girlfriend at the time, now his wife. He was also doing handing out what is it, warrants or whatever, or not.
Yeah.
Where
Process
you go
server.
and get, yeah. He was a process server. Then he went into the marshals, became a marshal, and then at the marshal, then he became a sheriff. And when he became a sheriff, he became in charge of court security, high security. If Lindsay Lohan,
Wow.
anybody coming through LA, it was his guys that in plain clothes he would sit in the inside the courtroom, and he did all the security. And in fact, he had started that division 35 years ago, or whatever it was. When he went to retire, he had to have somebody shadow him, 2 guys for 6 months, just so because no one had ever done the job. He was the only one that ever did it.
Yeah,
He's a great guy. He's the perfect cop. Great sense of humor. He's a good guy.
This new truck you got, what is the actual model of Ranger that is?
It's a Storm Track.
Yeah, that's
and it took me. I didn't think I was going to get it, because the guy there said Ford had a bunch of stuff going on. Well, we don't. Yeah, maybe we're going to get them out in a month. We don't know. But boy, 2.5 weeks. I ordered it from Ford, and 2.5 weeks it showed up. I was really surprised. I really like it. It's like the Raptor, which I think is overpriced, then the Storm Track is the next one down now, and the Wild Track, and then goes from there. But it's got way more shit than all
that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. But I'll never use the automatic parking. I won't ever use it. But it is. But to drive it, it's like driving a Cadillac. It's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Yeah. The suspensions on them are amazing.
Now the Raptor,
they're just now.
Good.
They're just now starting to release the Ranger Raptor here in the States.
Yeah,
I just saw a big thing for that. So
now there is this one here, 1,399,000 is the here in Thailand. They're pretty much, you go to 200 dealers, it's all 1,399,000, and the same thing on I think the Wild Track was 70,000 cheaper than that, so 1,329,000 or something. But the Raptor was like almost 2 million. And it was like, and it's mostly in the suspension and the motor. Yeah. It's got that 3 whatever V6.
Yeah.
But this thing, as far as power, 2.2, I think it is dual turbo. Shit, it'll pull you up the side of a mountain.
I was about to say that's got a little scoot in its boot for you.
For a diesel. I mean, I had diesels. I had the first Dodge when it came out years ago with the new body style. I got that because I pulled a trailer, and it had the Cummins 6-cylinder in it. A great motor and great everything, and I think it had it had a great combination of transmission and motor, but they were loud. And this thing's like sitting in an aspirated, quiet. It's amazing. I was amazed.
We just did another build for someone. We took a 1982 Jeep. I think it was the Wrangler, but we took the motor, transmission, and transfer case out of it. We put the 4-cylinder Isuzu diesel motor in it that came in the Chevy Love, and I forget what Isuzu truck, the Isuzu Pup. Well, they use that same motor for the reefer trucks to run the reefer system in them, the refrigeration.
Oh, really?
So they'll mate right up to a GM transmission. So we put a GM transmission and GM transfer case in this Jeep, and it claps like it's an audience. It's loud and horrible, but he's getting almost 50 miles to the gallon on the highway.
Now that's what I don't know yet. I haven't because it gives me all the readouts, right? The motor's obviously not broke in, but it started out at like 6 kilometer to the liter, and it ended up by the time I got back it was 10.5. But I never went on Google and said 10.5 kilometers to the liter is how many miles per gallon, because I don't have a clue whether 10 is good or whether it's not good. I don't know. So
I always forget how many liters are in a gallon. So
I think it's like 3 or 4. I don't know exactly either. Somebody might know. Somebody in the chat know what that would be. 10.5 kilometers to the liter is how many miles per gallon. Because I know miles per gallon, But it seemed, plenty of power. I had to jump. I didn't want to jump on it too much, although I never was kind on breaking stuff in, and I never had problems with Harleys or cars or anything. My uncle he was a mechanic for a million years. He said, when you get a car, drive it about 50 miles away from home at a nice, vary your speed, turn around and haul ass, peg it to the floor on the way home, and it's done. If the rings are going to seat, they're going to seat. And if not, you tear the motor apart. So we did a lot of rebuilding when we were younger because you could rebuild stuff back then. 350 Chevys, all the small block Fords, big blocks.
Yeah.
It was easy, Now, like I said, my wife had a Jeep, the top of the line one right before she passed away was the one that they actually called the real 4-wheel SUV. And she loved that car. But I got the Saturn, a 2008 Saturn. It's the newer body style View, which was her car, and driving it. And one time I lifted the hood, and I go, wouldn't even know where to start,
Oh,
so,
Well,
same thing with this thing.
Jack Bree and Doug Williams say that's 24 miles a gallon.
Oh, so that isn't bad, right? It's not
for
great,
but for a truck, that's great.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be pulling the trailer with it too, so we'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna see how it goes down there. I had a 2008 F-250 with the 6.0 in it. Did the EGR delete and everything on it, coolant filter system, and no muffler with 4-inch exhaust all the way out. And just the things that we did and did a little tuning with it, got that up to 18 miles to the gallon on the highway, which is ridiculous for a F-250.
We both, my brother-in-law had the old Ford with the big block in it. Mm-hmm. The one that gets like 8 miles to the gallon no matter what you do. You could pull whatever. And I bought that new Dodge at the time diesel that came out, and pulling that trailer, I got what did I get? 21 or 18, 19, right around 20, 20 miles to the gallon, and he got 5. We'd go out with the same trailer. We both had Prowler 30-foot fifth wheels with a slide. And we'd go out camping, and boy, he'd be cussing all the way there because he knew that when I'd stop to fill up and he'd stop to fill up. But it was a great truck, really a nice truck. It was an older Ford, but he's not going to get it out of that. But he could, even when you took the trailer off, he got like 7.5, with just leaving it alone and not screwing with it. You never got good gas mileage with it.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't have to worry about that when I was a kid because gas was 35, 40 cents a gallon. So it really didn't, it's all relative. We didn't have a bunch of money when we were kids, but I was driving a bike. I could fill up my bike for 75 cents.
Well, I can remember when cigarettes were $1 a pack. So
yeah. Well, I can remember even further back than that because even when I was a kid, I said, if cigarettes ever get to $1 a pack, I'm quitting.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of people I know said the same thing. They're like, ah. Now,
well, I can remember the first place that I went to, walking to junior high school, there was a laundromat that had the old pull arm
oh yeah, yeah.
cigarette deal, and they were a quarter, I think, a quarter
Wow.
for a pack of cigarettes, and I'd get either Lucky non-filters or Camels because that's what I started out with. But thank God it's been since I got sick and almost died. It's been 3 years and not smoked, so
Wow.
I,
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess maybe maybe my lungs will come back. I don't know.
still smoking, but hopefully that'll be done pretty soon here. So,
Yeah, it's. I mean, I was 3 packs a day, and I've been
mhm.
smoking since I was 14,
Wow.
13, so it was really. I thought it was going to be harder, when I came out and
Right.
after they pulled the tube out of my throat and 3 months in the hospital. I thought about it. My wife said, if you start smoking, you're stupid. You're just going to die. I said, you're
Mm,
probably right. So I
yeah.
said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to. But I've never really have I Jones for it a little bit, but not bad. Not even close
Mm,
to what I thought. Because
you got off
before,
lucky.
yeah, my friends would come up to me when I tried to quit the 8 times in my lifetime and said, put a gun to my head, say, if you don't start smoking, we're blowing your brains out because you're an asshole. And I said, I said, is it that bad? They said, yeah, man, you're right on the edge. You're screaming at people. I'm going,
Wow.
all right, I'll start smoking. But I never had that when I
The
quit this
withdrawal.
time. Yeah, it was like, I mean, when I see somebody smoking, even when I smell it, it's not like, oh God, I got to have a cigarette. But every
Right.
once in a while, I'm going, God, it would kind of be nice to, I
Mhm.
really enjoyed smoking. I mean, I can't say,
Oh yeah,
I
same
mean,
here.
yeah, I enjoyed it,
And
but
mine is more it's one of those things that if I don't have the cigarette in my fingers, I'm not feeling right.
right,
Something feels off. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm just trying to
that's
wean
the way I was.
myself so I'm not running into that same.
Yeah, it's hey Jay, how you doing? Hey Tony, I don't know if I said hello, but yeah, but breathing wise,
Mhm.
before when I was smoking, my lung capacity was like zero, and like I said, when I went in, man, I was the worst smoker in the world. Here I am, if 3-4 days have been going on, and I'm short of breath, and
Wow.
my wife's
Now,
trying to get me in the truck, and I'm smoking a cigarette. And
now
when I get to the hospital, I pass out. Go ahead.
it's the smoky season there now, isn't it?
I don't know because we don't get it too bad here in Surin. It's not like in
Okay.
Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai. So we don't get it too bad. But I think so. I think it's coming into that time. And I couldn't. I've never been there. Although people say it's like you got to go there because it's kind of awesome. I wouldn't live there because of that. I
Right.
wouldn't want to sit there and do it. Surin, as far as being a Nissan and where Chuck is, uh, anywhere out in this area, Ubon, where I'm building that house that I showed that clip
Mhm.
to, it's kind of cool if you like that area. I would rather, my only niche is that isn't marked up right now. I've got a wife that's gorgeous. She loves me to death. God knows why. I've got a good life. Thought my life was over.
Right.
Is being close to the ocean. I love the flipping ocean. I grew up right outside of Malibu. I could hit
Right.
Malibu in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So, it was so that, but like I said, every other box. I mean, I couldn't have orchestrated my end of days, as I put it,
I think you're
better.
doing great. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, yeah. Except for I got to lose weight. I'm still trying. I'm
We
losing a
all
little
do.
bit at a time. Yeah, but it's really weird because ever since that I had that tube down my throat, the masks even drive me crazy. Anything that restricts even me putting my hand like this,
Mhm.
anything that restricts it kind of freaks out my brain.
It's
Reminds me of that tube being down my throat
yeah.
for 2 months and stuff. So
Oh,
I got to get past that. But
I'm the same. I those masks make me feel like I'm suffocating. So
mm,
I just can't deal with them. But had to
the
do what I
last
had to
time I
do.
went back, yeah, the last time I went back was the most miserable trip I've ever had. That was the one where I was going back to my mom's funeral.
Hmm.
I made the arrangements online on phone, and the guy got it wrong, and I didn't catch it. And instead of March, no, January, May, the month that we just passed. In March, I was supposed to go back. Told the guy I'm going back for a funeral. He goes, "Oh, that's a good rate. That's good. That's a good price." Well, it was freaking the 9th of May instead of March. So here I am the night before I'm supposed to fly out in the morning from Buriram to Bangkok, from Bangkok to wherever I was going, Philippines, from the Philippines to the U.S. I can't get on. I'm going, why can't I? All of a sudden I look at the date and I go, oh, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah.
So I had to get a ticket that night. I had to get on a bus that night, ride 6 hours to Bangkok, get on a plane and ride for 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
I'll never do that again. I was a mess, man.
I tell you, I know how it feels. It's been twice now that I've shown up at the airport and got a positive COVID test. And that just immediately just stops everything right there. So
there's a bunch of people at my wife's work right now that are coming down with it. And I'm saying at this point now it's a cold. They can tell you, oh, you got a cold. Okay, I got a cold. So what? What's the, So I don't know. My wife's so freaking out. I don't want to be around. I said, I don't care. If they're, if people were dying, they'd have the numbers like they were out shooting out every day. People dying more from the regular flu that are dying from COVID. So, but I won't do that again. I'm going to try going I was going to go every 3 to 4 months because I want to see my kids and my grandkids and my friends and crap for 3 weeks or something, or 2 weeks. But I think what I'm going to do is bump my tickets up, try to buy them ahead of time enough to get a decent place on either business class or something more comfortable, and only go twice a year instead of 4 times.
I lucked out the first time I made it over to Thailand was, it was a horrible flight. I mean, I had 2 hours in Tokyo to make my next flight, and you know how long those flights are to begin with. So and mine was coming from Chicago, not LA. So
right.
Add 4 more hours to that. I think it was 12 hours to Tokyo and then another 7 hours to Bangkok. My goodness. But the second time I came back over was I was waiting in line and they said, hey, would you like an upgrade to business class for $150?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, because I saw the price of that business class.
Yeah. It's not cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, that was without a doubt the best flight I'd had. So
yeah, if you can afford to do it, it's definitely something to do. But you know what the problem was? So I was on Philippine Airlines or whatever it was. Well, the one that he could get me on, I mean, I didn't even have choices. You're going to pay this much, and this is the airline you're flying because you're flying out in 8 hours, or whatever it was, 12 hours. I said, okay, well, it was to Korea. It was Korea Air through somebody else, but it was Korea Air. Korea Air was the only airline that still had mandatory masks.
Wow. The
Philippine lines and everything that I was going to do. By the time I came back from California, this was like a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that, 2.5 months ago. They had discontinued it. So my flight back, I didn't have to wear the mask. But it was just because I was dreading that. That's why I checked with Philippine Air. I don't need it. Oh, no, you're fine. You don't need a. That was my biggest nightmare. And boy, all of a sudden my nightmare came true from me getting on a bus and riding for 6 hours and doing all that. It took me 2 weeks to recuperate, and then I was flying back, so I don't know. It was weird. I didn't want to run around, and I got to see all my family and my close friends came to my mom's celebration deal. We rented a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and had a big party pretty much. And, so I got to see them there, but I felt kind of guilty running around partying not partying. I don't party that hard anyway, but with my friends and stuff, I felt like I should be mourning my mother. So that's what I did. I stayed with my cousin for 2 weeks and his girlfriend and just hung and didn't see him. So I'm going to go back, and I'd like to bring my wife. She wants to come. Nitnoy wants to come.
Well, that's about that. So if you're taking her. So
yeah, this next time I think I will. And I think it's going to be September, October, maybe November, something like that.
Does she have a green card for the U.S. or a spousal citizenship?
No, but we have to start looking at that now. Everybody that I talked to said it'll be a piece of cake. She's been working for the same government job for 22 years. She's got 2 kids here. She owns 3 houses now. She owns 4 vehicles now. She owns 3 scooters now. They said it'll be a piece of cake. They're worried about them coming back, and they'll know that she's coming back. So he said it would be real easy for you in this particular instance. But I need to get it done. I need to get all this stuff done.
Because
She doesn't. But
she's got to apply for a visa, doesn't she? Otherwise,
yeah.
yeah,
And they said it should be easy, but I won't
yeah.
know that. Of course, I'll share that with everybody when we go to do it, which we should have already done.
Did
But
you order your new
she
bike
doesn't.
yet?
No, I got a couple of new bikes, and I was telling that I had a certain amount of money. My mother left me a little bit of money, and so I had I didn't have to worry about the rest of my life beforehand, and
Right.
now it made it even easier. So I got a few things, but now I'm saying I bought the brand new CT 125 Honda, the Trail
Oh, that's the same like
125.
Dana's.
No, Dana's got the Grom, I think, or something.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the old like the Trail
Oh, I know
90
what
and the
you're talking
Trail
about. Yeah.
110. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought that one brand new, and then I bought a Royal Enfield
Oh.
Himalaya, the
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
411. Yeah, kind of like a little adventure bike. They're
Mhm.
perfect. They're underpowered. They're perfect for old people. They'd
Yeah.
be perfect for somebody that never had ridden before. Be a perfect bike. So I got that, and I, of course, bought a million
Yeah.
things to bolt onto it. But
Oh.
I haven't fooled around with the horsepower yet. But I was going to get a Harley. I was looking at them, and
Mhm.
I said, you know what? See, my problem is I was if you know me and you know the channel,
Oh,
I
yeah.
consider myself not a good person for a good half my life. Okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't running with it. And I think if I get that, I could possibly I had a lot of fun though. I was right on the edge. I did stuff that I shouldn't have done, but I
Mhm.
never crossed that fine line, to
Right.
where they would put me away for 100 years, So, but I figure now I look at my stuff, and between my wife here that made me a better man, and my wife now that I consider made me a better man, it isn't going to do me any good. So I figured I'll use that money and we want to put my electric bill has always been high. I pay what people pay for probably rent, when they're renting a place. I pay 7,500 baht for my electric bill.
Wow.
Okay. Now, no, we had the kids here, granted, but everybody in Thailand's bitching that their electric bill almost doubled. Right. My last 2 months in electric bill, over 12,000 baht. So
Wow.
the one I looked at is 5 kW. The guy said it'll knock it down about 4. When the kids aren't here, I'm figuring my bill, even with it raised, would be about maybe 9 or 10. Them being here and running the extra 2 air conditioners and stuff, and then I've got the pond and I've got the pool, and so we're gonna try to cut it back. But if I could leave it get it down to 8 even now, and then take off for, that would be nice. So
Oh, yeah.
instead of that, I'll spend, because they want a lot of money for the Harleys. You're talking damn near, if you want a
Oh,
newer
yeah.
one, damn near 1,000,000 baht or over. And so I said, this is only if I put in 2 5 kW systems, which is probably what I'm going to end up with. It's going to be about 300,000, I think. That's why I was talking this Eco House Thailand Paul I met 2 months ago, a month and a half. He lives right here in Surin, and he's
Oh,
got an
wow.
off the grid place that's just, if you go to his channel and check him out, he's got solar to the yin yang. He told me, he goes, oh yeah, I haven't paid anything in electric, but last month I had to pay 29 baht for my electric bill.
That's
I'm going,
heartbreaking.
yeah, he's got three phase first off in his house, which I don't have. And he's got 3 big giant systems, and he's got like
Wow.
10, 20, 30 or 40 panels. And he knows what he's talking about. So he said he could get me the equipment. I talked to my electrician. He said, I put in numerous solar systems. So he said he can get me the battery, the panels, all the controller stuff he could get at a decent price. And then I'll have this guy put it in. It'll be about, each system's going to be about right around 175 each. So it's going to be, what's that? 350. Yeah.
Yep.
So it'll probably be about 350. Well, I'm going to start out with one and see how much it drops. But everybody on Facebook, because my wife's really big into Facebook. I like Facebook because I can see my whole family in 10 minutes. I can find out if little Billy broke his leg and if he's better, So I use it that way. My wife, she she puts the truck on there, she'll put everything on there. But her
Yeah.
friends, all of them said, Tim, who's on here, T&W, he's the one that did the build in Udon,
Oh, okay.
who I went fishing with, and we caught the sailfish. His was 10,000. And so he's want to check into it. Bobby, time to get going, is building the house. His wife's from Surin. They've been working on 3 months. He's moving here. He's going back, and then they'll finally, in a couple of months, they'll be back forever. But he wants to get with this Paul and put solar in his place. Because it's pretty much, if you have a little bit extra money, I think it's pretty much a given, for me, because it's not so much me, but when I croak, am I going to leave my wife with this house, even if it costs her nothing and costs her 12,000 each month? She doesn't have, she makes 20, so, what's 12,000 would kill her, So I figured do something now. So instead of the Harley, it's probably going to be some solar, which is more.
But you got that
I
Royal
never been
Enfield,
like that.
so.
Yeah. But I was
That's
really,
cool.
it's a 2018. It had 15,000 kilometers on it. All the ones that were on Marketplace were 85, 90, 105, right around 100,000. And he advertised that he was in Udon. I had Tim, who we were just talking about, go by and take. The thing is absolutely immaculate. It's clean, right? 70,000, which I thought was a steal. So I got that. So between the two bikes, that's going to be it for me. The trailer I spent a ton of money on. I spent 50,000 baht more to get another battery for the solar, so I could run the air conditioner for 15 hours with just on the battery. It's got 1,000 watt of brand new trailer from China, but 1,000 watt a panel on the roof. It's got enough battery to run everything. I could be off the grid forever. I've got a generator. Yeah, it's cool. If you get a chance, once I get putting up content, go to Trailer Trash Thailand. That's the channel that I'm starting. I think I got 100 subscribers there, and everybody's been waiting. So it'll be within the next month. I'll start putting up a lot of content. Me going by myself, solo camping, going with the wife, going with the kids, maybe some catch and cook stuff I enjoy doing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And people watch. They watch. Hey, Mitch. And Mitch is here. How you doing? And Jake. Wow. I never watched. I always miss the comments. Hi, guys. Where's Jake? Okay. But I figured it's always been, God, I don't know how do I explain my life earlier? Didn't care about nothing. Just did whatever I wanted. If I wanted to buy stuff, that's where I'm learning now. Like my wife, she never got to, she always bitched. The biggest thing she said my problem was the one that passed. You never consult me on anything. You want to buy a house, you buy a house. I can't even go pick my own vehicle. If you wanted, you bought me a lowered 2000 brand new Expedition. What do I want with the Expedition? She said, you wanted it. I said, oh, that's true. And so I try to include my wife now with everything that I do, or I didn't in the past. I just went ahead and, did it. And the only thing I told my, what's that?
Makes for a better life, easier life.
Yeah. And, like I told my wife, though, what really confused me, I don't know if it confuses a lot of other people, but when you have two people in a relationship, sure, you want to buy a house. Oh, I like this one. I like that one. I like this color. I like that. Those kind of decisions. When it comes down to life and death situations or drastic stuff, you only have two people. Someone has to make the decision. So is it, and I told my wife that, okay, I'm going to try to do the best I can, pick your own car out, whatever the case may be. But when it comes down to a life-changing situation and a decision has to be made, it's going to be my decision. Now, I don't know if that's sexist. I don't know if that's bad. But when you only have two people, one person has to do it, right? What do you call your brother in or her sister in and say, you need you to break the tie? No. You have to do it. But it was tough. She understood that part of it. Right. She did. She said, well, we would still talk. I said, of course we would talk about it. I would talk about anything where I wouldn't have years ago. I would, but now if somebody could tell me, hey, no, the sky is really blue. It's not it's not gray, Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it. It's blue. So I have the ability now to where when I was younger, it was like, hey,
No.
everybody's full of shit and I'm right, you know,
Yeah.
and that's just not the way to live. Although at the time I thought it was a great way to live. I got to do anything I wanted,
Yeah, it
you know.
felt
So
good. So, any new motorcycle trips coming up?
no, I think that Chuck, um, I don't think he really wants to ride again. I think if anything, it might be T and maybe Mitch might go. Maybe James would go. Maybe I hope so. I'd
Yeah.
like to. And now Maui bought a Forza just like mine. Put
Yeah.
bags. That's his
And
main
Dana.
mode of yeah. And Dana. Dana wants me to come to Bangkok with the CT and go on a ride with him on big guys on small bikes. He said we'll call it. So
Thank you, Big
you know,
Real. Yeah, I saw Mojo was digging on it too. Yeah, I love that thing. My Rampage game behind me.
yeah. Is that what it is?
Well, those two guitars on the wall back here, I made those.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I'd like to do that, and I'm looking forward to meeting Dana. I've never met him yet,
great
and
guy.
Chris
Great
is
guy.
coming. Yeah, and Chris is coming. So I told him when Chris comes here, everybody's going to come. They're going to land in Bangkok. So if I meet up with them, usually people when they come in, they'll stay there for 2 or 3 days. So I'm hoping to get there and maybe hit up Chris, Dana, and everybody
Yeah.
that's there, and go out and have dinner or lunch
Yeah.
or something.
I'm
But
planning hopefully September area, maybe October, getting back over. I want to come and film a trip going from the northern border with Laos all the way down to Malaysia on a motorcycle.
oh, cool.
So,
I might even be interested in that. Let me know.
oh
I
yeah,
might, I
yeah.
might, I might be game. My wife, anything to keep me off a bike. And what do? All I do is buy motorcycles. So
Everything you can to get back
I'll tell
on.
you what though, I really like as far as adventure bike type, hitting gravel and everything. That Himalayas, a lot of people don't like it because they say they're underpowered. It's got plenty of freaking power, and I'm a big fat old guy, so
Full figure
it isn't
gal
going to
here
scare
too.
you. It isn't going to scare you, when you grab
Right.
the throttle. But as far as on the road, man, I dig my Forza, and I
Yeah,
probably could have got killed in the United States for saying that. But I like
I'm done
Forza.
with the speed. I'm about the cruise now. So
Yeah. My
yeah.
Forza. I'll tell you what I bought. I bought those for both. I'm going to buy one for the Forza too. For the CT and for the Himalaya. I bought they're like this thick and they're like honeycombed, and it's like a soft gel type. It's not a gel pack. It's not solid. It's honeycombed,
Wow.
and I'll tell you what, man. I sat my ass on it. I went, wow, I could sit on this at least 3 times as long as I could without it. So I haven't taken a long ride on it, but I ordered one for the Forza, and real easy. A strap on the front and the back, lift the seat up, put it through Velcro, and it's installed, and
Yeah.
and head on down the road. And I'm going to do a video now. I've got almost all the bolt-on stuff except for the front and rear camera on the CT, and then I ordered what's the hell's the name of it? It's a Apple Play for a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
It's like this. It's a 5-inch screen.
Yep.
It's big, and what I liked about it is, I'm on the Himalaya. I'm going to come from the battery under the tank and up, and have the connection to wire it. On the CT, I'm having them put in the USB. When you when you get the thing, it's like 47. So what, $150 or whatever. It has 2 ways to put it: either USB to plug in for the power or wired in. So I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to put another. What's that ball joint mount that it's a ball? I forget what they call it.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Everybody's
about for the phones and stuff.
phones. Yeah, I got to get an extra one of those, and then I can just pull it off of the CT and put it right on there, or I pull it off and put it on the Forza, and it's Apple Play. You can play your deal through it. You get your GPS, you get music, everything off of your phone, but your phone's either in another mount or on your pocket. A lot of people
Wow.
are saying by having their phone up there, and you pay a lot for an iPhone or for the the other ones, the shaking and the vibration is screwing up their image stabilization on their cameras.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want to put it on there. So I looked at a couple of videos on them, and a lot of the guys like them. So I figured it was 43, I think, or 47. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 130 bucks.
Wow.
And it's coming today, actually. And so what I liked about it is I'll have a setup for it to go on every bike. I don't have to have it on one. I'll get to use it on all three. So that made it nice. And I'll do a video on that, and I'll do a video on all the stuff that I bolted on. I bolted the gas tank, the spare gas tank on both the CT and the Himalaya. I did a bunch of bolt-on stuff, especially on the CT. It's loaded. God knows. I probably spent more on doodads than I did on the freaking motorcycle itself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
probably the smoothest riding bike I ever had was I had a 1999 Indian Big Chief. And that was the best riding motorcycle. And I put a Harley fairing on it because I was doing so much highway riding, and that thing it was the Cadillac of motorcycles, without a doubt. It was amazing, fast.
I got at home. I have a 2008 Dyna that I bought brand new, sitting in the garage, and the only thing I did to that, I put lowering shocks on it. And as far as handling, it's got I don't know what it is, 1580, whatever the cubic inches are. They're bigger now.
Oh yeah.
But bike was absolutely perfect, rode perfect, and it did. It had hardly any vibration, and I could ride that. Even in my old ass age, I could ride it for hour and 10, 15 minutes. That's about it, because I need to stop and hydrate. And I'm used to that. When we used to run around, especially when I was younger, if we packed up and took off and went someplace, back in the day, we had guys were riding choppers with peanut tanks on them. The tanks held like, a gallon of gas. So we had to pull over every hour anyway. They were out of gas, So I always ran. I think the smallest tanks I had on my panhead were 3.5 gallon bobs. I didn't run the 5s, but I ran 3.5 with the old star emblems on it. It was a 62 that I redid.
I've got the 77 shovel head that literally, when I got it, was 7 milk crates, a frame, tires, and forks.
I wish I could get a basket case here, but I don't see anything. And they want $1 million. I wish I could build a bike, because I'm putting that 3x4 my man cave that's going to come right outside this door on Thursday. 3x4 meters, and across the top is a observation deal that you'll be looking down on the little pool and the pond. That's going to be my area. If I did that like I did back in the day, my mom used to hate it. I used to pull my panhead into the living room and work on it in the living room.
I've pulled mine right into hotel rooms, no problem.
They didn't question back in the day. Well, I think half the time they were scared, but the people were, I don't know if they were more trusting. Back in the day, people would say hi and they'd say hi back to you. Now I noticed around LA, this was years ago even, it freaked me out, because in LA I was used to, we didn't even say anything, because people would just look at you if you said hello. What does he want? Type thing. And my ex-wife lived in outside of Palm Springs, and I went to visit her on weekends. Even after we got divorced, I would go visit her, and I was running in the morning, so I'd run around the block, and people, out mowing their, hello, how you doing? And I'm going, what the shit? Not just one, everybody. I'm going, wow, this is different than LA. It's a little different down where I come from, but it's back in the day. They, I spent some time on a bike that I probably the best time that I learned a lot, spending a year on a bike, and, but back then you could go up to somebody and ask them if you could mow their lawn or chop some wood for them to get, $5 or $2. And people would say, well, why don't you have a place to spend the night? No, just stay in my garage, or put your tent on the lawn, Now they're scared.
Comment?
No, what did he say?
Peanut
when I
tanks on a Harley are perfect because every gallon of gas you got to throw in a quart of oil too.
yeah. My panhead, everybody else, it would barely drip, uh, one drip every 30 minutes out of my primary. And I left it that way because I knew that there was oil circulating if it was dripping. If it wasn't dripping, then I had a problem because we didn't have a bunch of fancy stuff back. I did have an
Right.
oil pressure gauge, which was like high tech back in the day. But it was. But the little peanut tanks, and I always thought, Sportster tanks were big on choppers,
Oh yeah.
on the shovel heads and the pan heads with the long, the long front. I had a girder on mine, so I went by the Springer, but mine wasn't raked as bad as most. I love my panhead. My panhead started up every time. Should have never got rid of that bike, but could have said that about the Boss 302 and the cars that I
Yeah.
had when I was a kid.
Every car we've let go.
Yes, big time.
My first car was a 69 Dodge Charger.
Oh, there's a car too. Yeah,
I,
Chrysler
I
stuff. Yeah, good.
I lucked into that. I was running an errand for my dad, driving his truck, going down the road. I see this woman pulling a tarp over a car, and I could see a for sale sign in the window. I had no idea what the car was. I pulled in and I said, hi. I said, is that car for sale? And she goes, yeah. And she explained to me how it had been her son's. He'd went off to Vietnam. He died in Vietnam. Her husband wouldn't let her sell it. He got out there and drove it every week. And just this big, long story. And she said, well, I said, how much you asking? She goes, well, how much you got? And I said, well, I can, at that, and we're talking 1984, I think it was. I was like, I've got $2,500 in the bank. And she's like, you know what? That's the price I was going to ask. So
You did get lucky.
I went home, got my dad. We went over there. I got my money out of the bank. We got there, and my dad goes, he took a look at that car. I had no idea. He looked at that car and he said, that's too much car for him. He goes, you know what? I'll give you $5,000 for it. And she just looked at him. She goes, I made a deal with your son. I didn't think his father would try to cheat him. And I ended up getting it. It was that baby puke green that they had back then.
Yeah, exactly.
And first thing my dad did, he was friends with a body shop guy. He sent it to him. And man, that thing come out jet black with so many clear coats on it. Ooh. Had it for 3 months. And one night my dad he was going into work. So he jumped in the car and took my car to work because he wanted to get out and try it out. And he was coming around a corner and two kids were drag racing. One of them hit him head on. And he ended up flipping the car over and down the hill on the side of the road. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Nowadays I'm like, that was like, finding the Pink Panther diamond or something there to find a car like that.
Well, back in the day, I can remember when we got that 69, it was me and a buddy, and we got a call, and it was probably mid 70s, 75, 76, something like that. It was a 69. And we got the call, and the guy said, hey, this guy wants to get rid of this Mustang. It's a manual. The block is in the trunk. Block's still good, but he busted I forget what it was. We ended up having to put new, had the crank done. Anyway, so we went over there, and I think we paid $900 is what I remember. And we got it back, and it was a Boss 302. And I think we sold it for like, I don't know, $3,500. We thought we had the world by the, we thought we got $1 million. And my buddy that bought his 59 Corvette, I can remember, paid $900. And I said, I really like these Corvettes, but I like the 58. I like the little stainless steel deals going back the back of the hood. And started looking at the $1,200 is a lot of money, $1,400. What are you crazy? I look at all those ones, and now shit, you can't even the Volkswagen. Man, I was a big Volkswagen guy. I couldn't even afford to buy a Volkswagen van. Now, pre-65 now. You
try
can't
finding
buy
one of those. Did
Yeah,
you see that
I
they're
have
going
a
to bring those
60.
back?
Yeah, are they? I hope so. They are awesome. But
Yeah.
I have a 66 at my house, or my old house, or my nephew bought from me up there. It has 24,000 original miles. The pans are gone on it. I bought it from an old lady, God knows how long ago. And but it's been sitting outside up in the Sierras. I never moved it into the garage. I built a big ass garage. I mean, it's still okay. You could still bring it back, but it's sitting up there. The motor has been sitting for 15 years when I got it. I took it home and I ran a gas can, stuck it into a plastic gas can, ran it to the carburetor, and it must have leaked. The carburetor must have leaked all its gas out years ago because there wasn't any gunk in it. Thing started up, boom, and idled. Oh, you got to be kidding me. So it's still sitting there, but I'll never get around to it. I told my cousin, my nephew, do what you want. But I really like that. But it seems like it's really tough now to be able to buy anything.
Oh, yeah.
I should give. All right, I'm gonna give.
Well,
I'm gonna let
go
people
ahead.
look at the house.
I'm gonna get rolling.
All right.
You take it easy, bud. Everybody have a good evening now.
All right, John. Take it easy. Hopefully, we'll meet up in Bangkok soon.
Yes, sir.
You got it. And what I'm going to do is I didn't. Let's see if I can add this
on. That'll make do a whole nother video on that. So we're here.
There's the.
Well, we made it. Truck was a dream, man. We'll have to do. I'll do a whole nother video on that. So we're here. The place is big. It looks a lot bigger. Oh, anyway, bigger the better, right? Block's already here. That's it. And these walls will tie all the posts together, and then they will take this dirt, that extra dirt that we had over here, brought on some extra dirt. And he thinks that maybe we might need a little bit more. But these walls will go from here with steel connecting and around, and then they will fill everything up to the top of the wall. Will be dirt compacted in here, and then the slab will go on top. So he doesn't think, I think too, it might be a little light on dirt, but shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, the pond and the free water, I like that. You can see the solar panels over there. They just have it running in here, so they have water all day, and overflows out of there and just flows into the pond. The pond's actually rose quite a bit. They haven't had much weather. Now they have the roof on. That'll make it nice once they get the slab and everything done, and they're doing the block. Once they get the perimeter done, they can pretty much work inside, even if it's raining.
So anyway, that gives you guys the ones that didn't get to see a look at the house. I think they're hauling, and like I said, I think it's going to be damn close to the $1.5 million. Right now, it's at 600, and that's for the labor to do everything and all the material and everything you've seen, and that includes, I think, the concrete bottom, but down there, and then the second phase is going to be everything all the way to complete, and 435,000 baht for labor. That's paint, plumbing, block walls, making it smooth, windows installed, making the counters for the kitchen, for the bathroom, sinks installed, tile in the bathroom, tile on the floor. That's a turnkey walk-in when they're done, and walk in the front door and live there if you want, which I thought was reasonable. It leaves me about, I don't know, $500,000 for the material that I need. And we stopped at Taiwazadu on the way back, and I filled out in the book toilets costs, tile costs, ceiling costs, paint costs, as much as I could do on there, a refrigerator, kitchen sink, kitchen stuff, everything in there. And I think it's going to be damn close. We'll see. Like I said, it's basically for them, but we'll use it, occasionally. I already bought the air conditioners. I don't know if I put that in there. I better look at the book. That was about $60,000. We got a good deal from Taiwazadu a few days back. They're out here in the either in the laundry room or the Thai kitchen. I haven't even went out there and looked. But so they'll have air conditioners throughout, and I don't know what I'm going to do solar wise. I am going to do solar here. The guy that was going to do the solar pump in there, we're going to go with complete solar. So I got to talk to Paul at Eco House Thailand and pick his brain. I want to try to set up a lunch with him, and Bobby wanted to come too because Bobby wants to put in solar in his house. So we'll start out with, I think I'll start out with a 5 kW, and if I have to add another one, I'll add another one. But I think Paul, when he was here, saying the equipment, the 10 panels, the controller, and the big ass battery was about 150,000, and then you needed to get the racking system and have somebody install it, which this guy can do. So I'll keep everybody up on that, because this 12,000 baht a month in electric bill is just, it's out of control. So let's see, what did I miss? Everybody talking to each other? Was I just rambling? Paul's a good guy, but I don't know. I'm hoping that I can get that done. Let's see. Bo Bridges, look up. What did I miss, you guys? My roommate from school, I can understand the word they say. Either I was drunk or not speaking English. I guess I really missed Bo Bridges. Women drink their weight in beer. Hey, I'm missing all this good stuff. But anyway, how long has it been? It's been over an hour. I got a bunch of stuff to do here. I got to go get the truck. I'll do a video on the truck. They told me to leave the plastic in. The truck guy says until you get your window tinting done. So they're doing that right now as we speak. We dropped it off this morning and did 80 on the sides and 40 in the front windshield. And this one is a special ceramic. It's one of those deals that it's black from the outside, but when you're looking from the inside, it's bright. I don't know. It's a new product. So we'll see. And it's guaranteed for 15 years. So was it pricey? I think so. It was 11,000 baht, but it's good for 15 years. I don't know. We'll see. I could be dead in 15 years. So I tried to tell the guy this morning. My wife just laughed. He didn't have a clue what the hell I said. But hey, Stuck, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. But we'll see. See what it looks like, and then I'll rip the plastic out of it, get it. I don't know. I think my wife said I'm not supposed to clean it. I don't know, but it's dirty as hell. That black probably wasn't the best choice in color, but I dig a black truck. But it rides like a flipping Cadillac. I mean, I haven't been in a bunch of new vehicles, so I don't know, but it's I was impressed, put it that way. From the water boy. So you're talking about Cajuns, I'm gathering. Everybody's saying I just Stuck. All right. I can't think of anything else. It was nice of Poe to come on. I appreciate it. Let's see. The 8th, Thursday, the building's coming in. I'll try to do this video that I just showed you the clip of the house and get that out in the next couple of days. And then Thursday will be the building. Don't know what's happening on the solar yet. I'll find out. I've got to get a hold of Paul at the Eco House Thailand here in Surin and see if he can enlighten us a little bit. And I think that's pretty much it. He's going to put since we're going to go with solar, a solar system, we don't need to put solar on the pump. So he's going to put in a submersible, get rid of the above deal, and put in a submersible. He's going to put in the steel structure with 2 more 1,000 liters on the top. That's where the well will pump into. That'll be backup water for us if our water goes down, and it'll be water for the pool, the pond, and all the plants and shit around the house. And then, of course, backup if we run out of city water, which does happen here in Surin. So we'll see. But anyway, we're We were talking about backcountry swamp Cajun. Yeah, the ones you can't understand, and I can see that. um, yeah, I'd like Cajun food. Give me crawdads or crab boil or anything. I'm in. Let's see. I think that's it. I think I'm going to end it. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. You guys are awesome as usual. If anybody's watching and you're not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you did. That would be awesome. It doesn't cost anything, and you don't have to, or you can just stay like you are and lurk. It's fine with me. I just like to meet people. We are over the 2,000, so everybody thinks that's awesome. I never thought I'd get to 100. Then I never thought I'd get to 1,000. So now 2,000 is awesome. So set up the. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for. I'm trying to get internet out at the house to put in the camera, just so I could see it. But I should do some on that too. But they're going crazy. But now he told me, I don't know if he's figuring in because of rain and this and that. He's saying that the house will be done before the end of the year. Before it was going to be 2 or 3 months, it would be done. So I don't know if he's covering himself in case he gets other work, which is fine with me. I don't care when doesn't matter to me when it's done, just as long as it gets done. But I'd like to put a internet there for the kids to use because they don't have internet back there, and then also to be able to put a like I have here, the 6 or 8 whatever cameras I have here that I can access from my phone. Would be nice to just look there. Don't have to have, hey uncle, can you send us some pictures on what you got accomplished? We'd like to see it, so I wouldn't have to do that. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you on the next one.